Hello, welcome back to Fist Entertainment. Now this right here is not really a brand new review. I have reviewed this film before. So I call this a return to review. And it's part of kind of like a three-part story that I'm going through with this event for this particular segment. And I'm going to be talking about date on here. Sorry about that, people. These guys make this stuff so small you have a hard time. Okay. Of course, I'm talking about 2013's Insidious Chapter 2. Alright, well, my opinion of the film has not changed. I don't think this is the best sequel in the franchise, even more so than its actual sequel, which came out recently. So let's go ahead and talk about the synopsis of the film by reading the back instead of coming up with my own things, because you can actually do that. How deep into the darkness will you go to discover the truth? The terrifying sequel to Insidious follows the haunted Lambert family as they seek to uncover the mysterious childhood secret that has left them dangerously connected to the spirit world. They must rely on familiar allies, missile the demons that follow them, and unearth the secret before the evil continues its deadly rampage. Patrick Wilson, Rose Pine, and Barbara Hearsay, I think is how you spell her last. That's how you pronounce it. For people that can pronounce it better, Hersshey reprised their roles in the film directed by James Wan, Insidious in The Conjuring. Okay. Well, that doesn't really give much away. So again, I'm left to have to go ahead and fill in the blanks. Basically, at the end of Insidious, we have a cliffhanger ending in which we discovered that our main character, played by Patrick Wilson, has indeed been consumed by a demonic demon. He has taken over his body. And we discovered this when his picture's taken. And so he kills our hero paranormal expert by choking her to death. And basically, the events of the first film come back in the second film. It makes more sense as we discover through his astral projection abilities, our main character, the father of the family, basically is trying to connect to the real world while he is trapped within the dark realm, to try to protect his family from his physical body that has been inhabited by a demonic force. And obviously, that the evil spirit that's possessing his body almost succeeds in killing his family. But he finally does get back into his body by basically battling it out with the demonic force that has inherited this physical shell. So yeah, that's what he didn't tell you when what was on the back of the snap case. But yeah, this one, I think that's the reason why this one's so much better than Insidious 3 and 4, is because it really plays as a sequel to the first film, and it picks up directly after it, and I like how it kind of goes back and forth with things that were going on in the first film, like all the jump scares in the first film. You know, your house alarm going off, doors opening, certain types of music being played. furry images in the background from main character. His name is Josh Lambert, which is played by Patrick Wilson. His past, in which he was doing interesting things and stuff like that, with a child saying, "I'll show you," and pointing his finger in direction. All these little things that are haunting that are explored within the first film and a little bit of the second in flashbacks tend to make a little bit more sense when you find out it's actually Josh Lambert trying to communicate with his family so that he can protect them from the dark spirit that's possessing his body. That happens to be the spirit of a very deranged serial killer. So yeah, some pretty deep stuff. And this is that's what I mean by disturbing stuff. There's very disturbing things in here. Very, very disturbing stuff in here. The physical body of Josh being possessed by that demonic force, literally trying to kill his wife and his children. It's certainly something that you wouldn't want your children to see. So again, this may be PG-13, but yeah, it's certainly not enough for children. And that's kind of what I like about this movie, is the fact that it goes to those dark places, and it's pretty ballsy for a PG-13 film. Now the quality has not changed. I will definitely say that. But being that I have 4K technology now, that visually, I would say that being upscaled from a 1080 to a 2160 playback, which of course does happen unless of course you turn it off, because of the upscape technology. I would say that the colors and the way the film looks is pretty much just about the same, but just enhanced slightly. This is not native 4K like, of course, Insidious is. But it looks really, really good. The colors are very well and vivid, but it's definitely not HDR10, so you're not going to have like that high dynamic range really contrast, awesome picture quality you would have on an actual 4K disc. The audio is still pretty damn good for what it is. For a DTS HD MA 5.1 sound presentation, this is pretty top notch. You really can't get much better than this. Again, what I like about the Insidious films is they have reference quality. Whether you're watching it in regular Blu-ray, or you're watching it in 4K. As for DVDs, I can't tell you. I don't watch DVDs unless I have no choice. Then, of course, I'll watch a DVD. But usually I have a choice whether or not. I have to do that. And, well, that's all there is to say about Insidious Chapter 2. If you have not seen the second movie, I would say definitely need to check it out. And also on a side note, I will say I kind of wish that James Wan would have directed more Insidious films after this, but this was the last Insidious film that he directed. Now, don't get me wrong, the writer of the Insidious films, which of course is the guy that plays the nerdy assistant, I think his name is like Specs or something like that in the films, did direct the third and fourth ones, I believe. But I can definitely say that there's just something very flavor-like about James Wan directing an Insidious film. And I thought that magic would not come back in any shape or form again in the Insidious franchise. And although I do like Insidious 3 and 4, also known as Insidious Chapter 3 and Insidious The Lost Key, I will definitely say I still prefer this movie over those. And I also do prefer this movie, the sequel, over the next film I'm going to be reviewing. But that magic that I'm talking about, that James Wan brought to the first two Insidious films, did indeed come back for this next film I'm about to review. And after you watch this review, I hope you watch that one. Whether it's late or not, it will be there. And that's what there's to say about it. Haven't checked out Insidious Chapter 2 in any shape or format. I say check it out. I'll see you guys next time.